yeah, whenever we discuss sa mga residents and with our consultants, we always base it sa literatures and discussions namin. Okay, so for this one, according to Yang Jo, so asymptomatic nature of cysts and tumors, initial stage leads to delayed diagnosis and subsequent poor treatment outcome. So early diagnosis is the only option to ensure healthy years of life. So how do we come up with early diagnosis? Through our history taking. Okay? So, huwag niyo kakalimutan yung old cards natin or kung may tinuturo sa inyong Socrates na method, same concept siya. Okay? So, the majority of these lesions can be identified at an early stage through, syempre hindi naman tayo manghuhula. So, di ba, kahit sa inyo nga, kahit routine panoramic, routine exos, require pa rin kayo ng kahit periapical x-rays. Pero ano ba ang limitations ng periapical x-rays? It's just area specific, di ba? So kapag kailangan natin makita yung kung gaano ka-extended, yung mga lesions, or yung mga bumunutin nyo, yung minsan ang pinatarget yung area nasa molecular level. Pero nung nakita natin sa panoramic x-ray, ang dami pa palang kailangan bunutin. Okay? So dun sa, siguro sa upper right quadrant, may mga starting lesions na doon sa area. So, hindi nyo siya nakita. Hindi rin pa kayo nag-history taking. Okay, ang pain ng patient, siguro referred pain lang galing sa taas. Ganon. Okay? So, routine radiographic example, panoramic x-rays, or sometimes we request for more extensive diagnostics. So, we have your CBCT, whole beam CT scan, or your CT scans. Mga CT scans kasi usually it can cover na yung mga soft and hard tissues. Pero it's more expensive, but it helps with your accurate diagnosis and treatments kasi. Okay, so cystic lesions are often identified as incidental findings on X-rays with no apparent symptoms regardless of the patient's chief complaint. So, through our diagnostics, doon natin ma-initialize or to consider, sometimes we have the words to consider, rule in, rule out, yung diagnosis mo sa patient. So, ayan, x-rays. So, kung nakikita niyo yung mga cystic lesions, then what are your initial treatments for that? Yung mga naiisip yung treatments na gawin for that patient. So, pag binunot niya ba, or yung binabanggit ka rin niya ng Dr. Magalaysay, they have medication-related osteoarthritis of the jaw. So, sometimes, kung hindi kayo history taking, so pagkabunot nyo, pagka-follow up nyo ng patient, ano na yung bone, kinain na yung bone, wala nang bone support. So, it's also sometimes the dentist's fault or our fault dun sa nangyayari sa patients natin because it's our malpractice or neglect sa practice natin. Okay? So, kayo yung tayo yung next generation to be the better dentist. Okay? So, of course, syempre extensive training, studying. So, hindi lang nag-end sa dental school, syempre yung learnings nyo dito. So, when you graduate, or probably you will take up preceptorships, but specialization is still better. Okay? Ayan. So, when you see this kind of lesion in your x-rays, so ano mga possible diagnosis nyo for that? So, you have to review on your pathologies. So, pag ganyan, may defined unilocular, pero buo yung mga apices ng roots nyo, anong pwedeng i-consider dyan? Minsan, pag may root resorption, ano nang meaning ng cystic lesion na present doon? Minsan, kapag extensive na yung lesion, iba yung features na nakikita nyo dun sa circle na yan, yung unilocular nyo, may mga, that honeycomb appearance. So, anong initial diagnosis nyo when you hear that kind of diagnostic, that terms, okay? So, for objectives, describe clinical and radiographic presentation of common odontogenic and non-odontogenic cysts of the jaws and face, review potential etiologies. So, sometimes kasi from trauma, from mga ganon. So, identify methods to differentiation, clinical and radiographic and summarize appropriate treatment, modalities. So sometimes yung mga treatment natin, you have to evaluate ang patient care, bakit ba sila nagkaroon ng mga ganong sakit, nag-lead sa ganon ka-extent na sa patient nyo, yung ginawa naman sa kanya is nabulungan. Diba? So, yun. Okay. So, here we have an image or most commonly seen lesions in the oral cavity. So, ayan. So, most commonly yan, about siguro 80 to 100%. Kung sa dentigerous cyst, saan ba nag-aaray sa dentigerous cyst? How is it mostly common seen? So, you have to review. So, residual cyst. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Bakit siya naging residual? Nasolabial. Anong location niya? Okay? So, dentigerous cyst mostly is because of the unerupted third molar, unerupted tooth. Okay, so after dentigerous cyst, ano pwede mangyari? Wala na. Sige, okay. So after dentigerous cyst, it can lead to ameloblastoma. It's a more extensive lesion. O pag residual cyst, anong nakikita niyo dyan? Bakit siya nagkaroon ng residual cyst?
May
From an extracted tooth. Okay, so possible hindi na curate, hindi na enucleate. So, then yung nangyayari. Okay, and then it may lead to space infections. Okay, so nasolabial cyst, usually it's on the upper. Traumatic bone cyst, easily because of trauma, natamaan, na kagat ng matigas, mga ganon. Okay, so sometimes it can impinge your nerves, main nerve tracts. O eruption cyst, ano ibig sabihin? Eruption cyst kasi
may nag-erupt.
from an erupting tooth. Yan lang siya, eruption cyst. Lumalabas sa support exams yung mga basic meaning niya. Eruption cyst, incisive canal cyst, mucous retention, radicular cyst, yan, dentigerous cyst. Sa support exam. Okay? So, static bone cavity, usually in your mandibulars, pero ano naman yan, very rare, but it's still possible. Okay? So, we have mucous retention cyst. Usually, this is seen sa panoramic radiograph, pero to confirm, we usually request kasi for CT scan of this one. So, we have two types of CT scan. We have the CT scan with contrast and we have plate CT scan. When we request for the plate CT scan, it's only for hard tissues. And then when we request for CT scan with contrast, it involves the soft tissues and hard tissues. Okay, so may mga consideration din tayo pag nagre-request ng CT scan with contrast. We have to request for creatinine of the patient. So minsan defer sila with CT scans kasi mataas ang creatinine levels. Kasi may ink or that ink na pinapasok sa patient kasi para makita yung area sa CT scan with contrast na yun. So, yan, nadadiagnose yung mucous retention cyst with CT scans with contrast kasi it's involving soft tissues. Usually, pag soft tissue kasi mabilis ang kalat ng tumor or cystic na yun. Okay, radicular cyst commonly because of anong pinagkaiba ng residual cyst sa radicular cyst? Residual cyst is wala nang ngipin. So, radicular cyst is may ngipin na vital. Okay? Vital tooth pag radicular cyst. Okay, incisive canal cyst, saan bang incisive canal? Speaking from the term. Okay? So, yeah. So, maraming cyst na nag-arise from different areas. Mostly this is because of odontogenic in nature. So, anong ibig sabihin kapag odontogenic in nature? We have odontogenic and non-odontogenic. So, from odontogenic, galing sa
ngipin.
So, non-odontogenic, sometimes we also have that. Okay, so what is a cyst? Anong naalala nyo kapag sinasabing cyst? It is a basic term. Fluid-filled cavity. Yun lang yun. So, pag cystic fluid, fluid-filled cavity. So, an accumulation of fluid inside that specific area. So, sometimes pag cystic, we do biopsy and then send it to the laboratory for histopathology reading. Okay, so next we have odontogenic cysts. So, these are examples. So, we have the REE arising from the epithelial cell rest of seres and malaces. Diba? Familiar? From your basic na pathology, umae. Diba? Gmae, umae. Okay, so we have inflammatory and developmental. So, assignment nito, what are the parts of inflammatory and developmental odontogenic cysts, if there are any? And then put your sources. Periodontal, residual, and paradental. Pero you have to complete yung mga etiology, pathology, pathology of that one. Okay. Yan. We have paradental cyst. So, marami siya. We have developmental odontogenic cyst. We have the cyst, eruption cyst, lateral periodontal cyst, gingival cyst, OKC, orthokeratinizing odontogenic cyst, and your glandular odontogenic cyst. Yan. Eruption cyst. Lateral periodontal cyst, or your paradental. Diba? Madami siya. So, sometimes, involving yung mga ngipin, they have to go. Kasi, paano nyo siya makukuha? Alam naman kunin niyo siya from extraorally, pero malayo pa niyan for extraoral kumunan. Okay? We have yan, alveolar cyst, gingival cyst, OKCs. Next, we have non-odontogenic cysts. These are your arising from odontogenic. So we have nasopalatal duct cyst, nasolabial palatal cyst of neonates, baby, oral lymphoepithelial cyst, epidermal cyst, and your globulomaxillary cyst. Pictures.
Right.
Ayan, ito yung sa CBCT. So sometimes kapag may bone involvement, nakikita na siya dyan. So deep learning for automated detection of cysts and tumors of the jaw in panoramic radiographs. So the cysts and tumors usually painless and asymptomatic unless they grow. Sometimes may expansion na nung bone or swelling na nung mga face. May sometimes very rare may symptoms na siya. Pero in this study kasi painless and asymptomatic unless they grow large. So involving areas of the cavity. Okay, late stage drastically affects patient's life, spatial deformity, and subsequent social and emotional incompetence. Siyempre, di na sila makagalaw, so affected na yung kanila. Sometimes hearing, pag sobrang laki na nung swelling niya, may mga ER patients kami, taas na ng lagnat, sobrang sakit. So, initial diagnosis is to hook them to IV. Okay, so para mabilis yung daloy ng antibiotics and pain medications. Okay, sometimes kasi hindi na siya nakukuha ng oral meds. Kasi saan pa madadaan yung medicine, diba, stomach, tapos magkaano pa siya, na-travel pa siya. So may delay pa in time of absorption kapag oral medications. Yan. So sometimes it can lead to resection of areas, the mandible, sometimes maxillectomy, this is called mandibulectomy. All because hindi na history taking sa patient. And wrong treatment plan. Okay, so how do we differentiate if it's infection, cyst, or tumor? So, pag infection, paano nyo ba na-differentiate siya? How would you know? Diba lagi na naman sinasabi, may infection ng buwan na to? Hindi, no? So, what are the cardinal signs of inflammation, again, associated kapag infection? What are the signs?
Redness.
taking. So, familiar naman kayo dyan. You start with the chief complaint. CC, sometimes pag tinanong, ano lang po, namamaga lang po yung kaliwang mukha ko. Pag tinanong nyo, masakit pa, wala. Diba? So, gano'n na po katagal. Isang taon na po. Ganon. So, wala kayong ginawa, wala. Pinabayaan lang. Tapos hinayaan lang siyang lumaki na lumaki. Hindi nagpa-consult sa dentist or sa doctor or sa dentist. And then, nagsa-self-medicate. Ang sinaself-medicate siguro is paracetamol. Para sa mga paracetamol. Mag-fever lang naman yun, di ba? Or minimal effects. So, mali yung medication sa intake nila. Okay, so HPI, old cards. Familiar na kayo sa history taking nila. Past medical history. So, family history, social history. Okay, ayan. So, HPI, old cards nyo. Okay. So, when did the symptoms start? Where are the symptoms? Location, duration, character, aggravating factors, radiation, temporal pattern, severity. Yeah. So you also have to describe sometimes yung area. So ito, syempre, so very apical x-rays just identifies area specific. So usually pag very apical x-rays, we also use this kapag in cases of apicoectomy. Yun. So confirm it using periapical x-ray since it's just area specific dun sa kinukuha yung lesion or failed RCTs. Okay, panoramic x-rays. Ayan, so may involvement na nung border, inferior border ng mandible, left side. And then here, CT scan. So in our CT scans kasi, we get the angles of axial, sagittal, and coronal. So, your anatomy ulit, diba? So, pag axial, isang side siya kinukuha. Pag coronal, frontal. Pag sagittal, sa side. Yan. So, we identify kung saang area specific siya. And then, if may involvement na siya ng buccal or cortical, lingual part ng bone, so, we check there kung gaano na siya ka-extensive yung lesion and how much we have to remove if ever we proceed with the extensive surgeries of our patients. Okay. So, ayan. So, pag cystic, we request for the accurate diagnosis. So, diba, syempre dito, basic lang sa atin yung CBCB differentials, PDINR, PTT to check for the bleeding ng patient, x-rays, yan, panoramic, and very apical din. Possible, CBCT or CT scans, pero for your routine odontics and exos kasi. Yan lang. Okay, so aspiration biopsy or incision biopsy. And for histopathological cremation. Yan. So aspiration. So when you aspirate, we use sometimes at least 20 cc syringe kasi usually ang dami kasing nakukuha kapag cystic, especially yung mga expanded na, yung mga malalaking lesion. So, yan, we get it from the area, and then if confirmed with sometimes creamy white, or sometimes may blood na kasi siya, but usually it's creamy white, yung color, so it's cystic. Yan, so for size, content, and location, and what is the patient's condition.
Ala, bilis.
So again, you have to evaluate kung will you proceed or how are you going to manage your patient when it comes to the management or of the jaws. Okay, so more complications. Okay, so we have these kinds of treatment plans when we have those kinds of cases. So we have marsupialization, enucleation, and enucleation with curettage. So usually these are just conservative treatments. So for this case, conservative treatments pa siya. Especially lately with our cases kasi nagkakaroon kami ng mga melanostoma, kung may mga radicular cysts kami na malaki. Usually it's just good for marsupialization. Kasi kaya pa ng patient. So you have to evaluate again, patient evaluation, kung kaya ng patient or hindi. And how, if they can maintain that kind of treatment. Kasi masyadong meticulous seryoso kasi itong treatments na to, especially home care. So, sometimes they opt for, ano na lang doc, tatanggapin na lang nila na puputulin na lang yung mandible nila, magpe-plates na lang sila, kasi hindi sila makakakomit sa home care nila kasi pinapalitan yung, we use kasi Vaselinized gauze to keep the area moist. Yun yung nilalagay namin, pinapack dun sa cavity na nag-form sa patient. So that's the cavity after enucleation and curettage or marsupialization. So marsupialization is just opening the cystic lining, so leave it open and then let the body heal, or let the patient let the body heal dun sa area of cavity. Pero kasi matagal kasi ang healing process kasi nito, sometimes more than 6 months, sometimes it's years, depending on the environment and depending on how the patient takes care of himself or herself. So ayan, so pag na-decompress na yung cavity, yun yung opening niya. So kita nyo lahat dyan. And then they just leave it with Vaselinized gauze. Yun yung pinapack, sometimes 4x4, 2x2, depending on the size. And then pinapalitan yun frequently, once a day, twice a day, for how long. And then they will see the healing side, ganyan na siya. After 1 year, masaswerte yun siya. Okay? Ayan, yan yung cavity. And then enucleation, you remove the cystic capsule, reducing possibility of recurrence. And then curettage. So curettage, yung raking out of the lesion together, and enucleation, separating from the adjacent bone and removing it. So, ayan. So the curettage and the peripheral ostectomy, fundamental surgical methods of removing lesions, aggressive cysts in the mandible. Again, depends on patient. Okay, so do take medical and dental history of the patient. So sobrang dapat strict na kayo sa pagkukuha ng medical and dental history. So kung ano lang, syempre baka for subject-wise, pero kahit yun, i-remind namin kahit okay lang kayo, kahit magre-resto lang kayo, sometimes you really need to take your history taking sa thorough history taking sa patient. Okay, sometimes may pag nag-OP kayo, di ba mag-bleeder yung patient? So what more kapag nag-surgery kayo or odontic kayo from the exo. Okay, so bleeder, bakit siya bleeder? O so history taking nyo, baka kasi nag-blood thinners. So pag nag-OP kayo, hindi matubo. Yun. Basically, ganun lang. Okay, cysts within the oral cavity vary in their clinical appearance, incidence, histology, behavior, and management. Okay? So, ayun. So, case number 1, these are cases na lang. So, glandular odontogenic cyst, how we manage it. So, chief complaints nito, pain at the left angle of the mandible. So, ayan, pag may mga nakikita kayong cystic sa panoramic radiographs. So, after odontic, so kasi yung area niyan, kasi it's going to pass by the ian. So, syempre, you have to remove the tooth or teeth, involved, and then ligate the ian. So, honest, you ligate yung ian but then sometimes, ito, treatment nito is tinanggal yung, resect ng area ng mandible kasi masyado na sa border. Okay, so we put titanium plates to hold the mandible to avoid breakage. Okay, so recall. This also requires recall sa patient nyo hindi lang forget ganyan, recall na to, okay na po, or no. You have to constantly follow up your patients. Okay, so another case, 30-year-old female, pain and swelling at the right anterior maxilla. So this one we requested for CT scan. Yes. So upon palpation, may tenderness na din dyan. And then, yeah, subialization. Okay? So sometimes we evaluate also kung kukunin nyo ba through palatal or labial, through CT scans or CBCT. That's where you identify. Ganyan. So we got from the labial. Then marsupialization, constant follow-up, x-ray, and then instruct your patient for post-operative home care, routine home care sa kanila. So it's up to them kung ipa-follow nila. Kung gusto nilang gumaling, then they have to follow it. Pag ayaw, ayaw. Okay? Okay, so swelling left maxillary buccal mucosa for 2 years. So, yeah, with orthodontic treatment pa siya. Yeah. So, do CT scan. So, this one also, you have to know mga basic readings kapag nag-request kayo ng CT scan or CBCT. So, for the CT scan kasi, so this is the left. So, ito ano yung ulo ng patient. So, this is your left side, kung saan mo may cystic. Yeah. So, di ba, even in your panoramic radiographs, we tell you to differentiate it left and right, di ba? So, what is normal from abnormal? So, this is your normal side, this is the right side, and then this is your left side. Kasi this is your eggshell view of the patient. Nakahiga. Patient niya. Left side. Ayan. So, this is the cavity. Hole siya. This is your teeth. So, kapag minamanipulate niyo siya, I think may, ano naman kayo, di ba yun? Tinuturuan kayo ng CBCT. Naka-view kayo. Hindi kayo yun. Okay. Ayun. So, if ever you have, may ibang, kasi may mga ibang profs na nag-require or nagtuturo ng CBCT reading. Kasi tayo, wala pa naman tayong cases na pina-require natin ng CBCT or CT scan. But eventually, if you have at least ito, na ano nyo. So, this is your right side, this is your left side. So, these are your teeth. So, when you manipulate it kasi sa device nyo, so, sinuscroll and then piece by piece, pinapakita yung images niya. So, ayan. So, you have to specify kung saang area na siya. So, this is your left side. Ayan. So, gaano siya kalaki. So, this is your coronal view. So, kapag manipulate nyo pa or minove nyo pa yung cursor, yan. So, extended. Ito na yung medial or main view nyo for your coronal view. So, you have to extract yung mga teeth, ano yung mga vital structures na tinatamaan. So, ayan. Nasa nasal area na, nasa sinus area. Yan. Okay, so we did biopsy, aspiration biopsy. So, this will also depend, feeling nyo ba, kaya ito ng chair side sa patient.
Kaya po siya.
Okay. So, sometimes, mostly it's under IV sedation for small cystic lesions, small lang, but mostly it's for OR cases. Especially kapag immunocompromised pa yung patients nyo, pag age. Okay, so, ayan, this is the vaselinized gauze. So, pinipaint lang namin, parang sinasandwich, gano'n. Yung vaselinized gauze. Soak talaga siya, and then nilalagay sa cavity. Okay, so ayan siya. So, after months, yan. Good healing. And how would you know it's good healing? Kasi, yan, almost same color with the rest of the adjacent structures. Okay, so next, this one is swelling at left posterior mandible for 1 year. So, ginawa ng, how old is this? So, 12-year-old male, sa radicular cyst, diagnosis sa meloblastoma. Bakit diagnosis sa meloblastoma? Initially, yeah. Pero you have to know kasi yung mga features of a meloblastoma. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, kapag may, tawag dito, pag yung mga apical areas ay nawawala na. So sometimes it's an aggressive form. Okay? And this one kasi it's, tingnan nyo, yung loob niya. Ano bang basic ng ameloblastoma?
Yung
Yung mga honeycomb appearance, gano'n. So meron ba siya? So, wala. Okay? So this was a radicular cyst, then nag-aspiration biopsy, possibly with biopsy. And then ayan. So we just did marsupialization, decompression, then extraction of the affected teeth. Ayan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 or 7 teeth.
Multiple extracts.
Wala ka na dyan eh. Alveolo. Wala na.
Wow, meron pa kayo.
Lagpas pa.
Yan.
Pwede na yan, requirements.
Oh, paano? Sige.
Yan. So, marsupialization, packing with vaselinized gauze, then let the patient heal since 12 years old lang siya. Also, yung reconsiderations kasi for a 12-year-old, for a growing patient, so would you do plate, installation of plates sa left mandible, diba? So you have to think of that then. Patient consideration. So for 12-year-old, age-wise, health-wise of the patient, so treatment options, you have to give your treatment options to patient. Okay, so from conservative to invasive. Okay, laging nasa dulo ang invasive. Siyempre, sino ba namang permanent na kasi yung titanium na gagamit, na plates na nilalagay natin sa patient. So who would want that, diba? Possibility, mag-deform pa yung face, lifetime na yon. Okay, so anything can happen when you do extensive surgery sa patient.
Tigil yung mga naging natin dito.
Paano ginawa?
Another case.
Wala na?
So 10-year-old male, so
Nagsipil lang.
swelling at left posterior mandible for 1 year.
Dito mo, tanong nyo.
Saan?
Kung hindi po pinlate,
Marsupialization.
yan lang po.
Nag-decompress.
Ah,
Kinuha lang yung mga ngipin. And then, aspiration biopsy.
marsupial lang.
Nucleate yung cystic lesion. Okay? Yeah, another case. So, this is the digerocyst naman. So, swelling left posterior mandible for 1 year. Bakit siya may digerocyst? Saan nagkaroon?
Lentigerous.
Because of possibly sa eye.
Malal. Kahit ano, kahit malal.
Yan. So, kinuha yung mga lining. Siyempre, paglabas ng maliit na yung lining, diba? Hindi naman actually kung ano yung itsura nito. Sometimes nagka-relief or na-decompress na because of the fluid accumulation sa loob. So, pagka-aspiration biopsy, lumiit. Yan yung capsule. And then, again, vaselinized gauze. Here sa Philippines, vaselinized gauze ang ginagamit natin because it's cost efficient lang. Okay, but in other countries, siguro they have different or higher costings or how they manage their treatments like this. Okay? Hirap maging third world country. Okay, so next is the paradental cyst, shown kanina. So, ano ba? Meron na siyang mga displacement ng ngipin. Okay, so multiple lesions typically. Again, through, ito CT scan pa pala. CT scan, yan, kung ano itsura sa CT scan, again, this is your left side, right side. And then when you manipulate it, you check or you capture kung ano yung malaking area sa kukunin nyo. Okay? Again, aspiration biopsy was done, and then this one, they applied Carnoy solution kasi. Carnoy solution is strong solution siya. It's acetic acid and ethanol mixed. It's a strong liquid formula na it can alter or kill yung mga daughter cells ng cystic lesions. Okay? So, hindi rin nahawakan ng bare hands. Okay? So, when we prepare it, double gloving or triple gloving kami. Okay? So, ayan. After 1 year,
Ikaw ka.
yan. After 1 year, ang laki lang nung area, and then associated siguro with extractions ng upper para hindi na magkaroon ng trauma sa lower. Cause. Okay, so this is OKC. Yan, through CBCT. Yan. Kasi hard bone naman siya. Dropped bone. So it can be seen through your CBCTs. So OKC. Ayan. So, pag OKC, we also have some medical mission kasi when you have OKCs, once you remove the area, nakikita niyo to, yung mga white, Those are keratin burls. Doon na nakukuha sa area kapag may PCT. Odontogenic keratosis, di ba? So, higher keratin. Yan siya. Keratin burls. Okay? Ayan. So, marsupialization and healing of the patient. Okay, residual cyst. Again, sa anong
Ano yung binunod?
here?
Second.
Okay. So, lumaki lang. So, hindi lang, ayan, ito yung magiging consequence kapag hindi nyo inanucleate yung mga cystic linings sa proteins niya. Okay? So, hindi pa nga siya nag-paodontic o may cyst na siya. Binigyan nila siya ng cyst sa residual. Okay? Yan, lentigerous cyst. Swelling anterior maxilla. Yan. Okay, so from an unerupted canine or incisor.
Canine.
Okay. Yan. So, marsupialization of the area. Removal of the tooth.
Parang CD. Parang CD.
Marsupialization pa lang to hindi pa naman nag-maxillectomy kasi hindi mo siya kita. So these are just conservative treatments through the OMS. So yan, healing. Okay, so you don't, as much as possible kasi through OMS, if you can preserve or conserve the patient's natural anatomy, you do it. Okay? Hindi porket extensive, maganda na dun sa patient. Okay? So always restore or save what can be saved sa patient. Yan. So, yan. Hindi na in-extract, tinanggal lang yung main tooth na kailangan and then RCT. Kasi okay pa naman, hangin. Okay, so this is the lower. Same process lang din.
Wala pa namang CD.
Okay, so mucocils, go to your non-odontogenics. So mucocils and ranulas are the most common cause of your salivary glands. Usually, nabablock kasi sila, kaya sila namumuo din sa area. Okay, so form of mucocil, minor salivary gland origin, and the disruption of flow of its secretions. So sometimes kasi yung pag masyadong serous yung kanilang laway, sometimes ina-advise ng yung patient na mag-trigger ng laway doon. So sometimes we advise them to pampaasiw kasi nakaka-trigger yun, nakakapag-help sa pag-flow sa salivary glands. So excision of mucocil or ranulas. So if it's soft tissues, we excise through the borders. Okay, if it's fibrous, sa gitna. Okay, we have different types of incisions. We have two types of incisions, sa border and sa gitna. Okay, so for these guys, kasi pag i-incise niyan sa gitna, baka sumabog. Okay, so area, sa gilid. So when you get it, yeah. So sa periphery or sa border of the mucocil, precision, dissecting with careful dissection, blunt dissection. Hindi lang siya basta iniiwa or hinihila. Okay, iniiwa or hinihila. You have to carefully dissect it kasi yung salivary gland sa ilalim pa din. So it will cause excessive bleeding. So this one, again, if you successfully get it, buo siya kinukuha. Yan. So for suturing, so ranula, mucocils, major salivary gland origin, on the floor of the mouth naman. So, this is somewhat extensive. Siyempre may... Okay, so for that, clear and complete clinical information, correct interpretation of ancillary tests, radiological examination. So, your x-rays are still very important. So, kung mamuhula lang naman tayo, so, hindi kayo tayo. So, okay, ganun. Huwag tayo maghula ng mga diagnostics natin. Ng mga, yeah. Okay, so, clinical and radiological features of the lesions will be very helpful in arriving at a diagnosis. Yeah. So, may questions pa kayo? Fitness, clarification. Okay, wala. Okay, so yung homework nyo, odontogenic and non-odontogenic. Okay, that's your second to the last topic for OS2.
Ulitin mo yung homework. Ulitin yung homework.
Gamba ulit daw po ng homework, sabi ni Danica.
Sorry po, naiba po kasi.
Different types of odontogenic
And then,
and non-odontogenic systems.
Kinds of...
If
What's
not,
your
no
sources?
homework.
And...
Different types, what are the etiology, complete information of each.
Ay, kaka-paste mo.
If lang daw, no homework.
Ano ka pwede printed?
Unrated na
With pictures po kasi sa...
sige with pictures.
Pero pero picture pero
Pero picture niya daw.
True to life pictures.
with picture.
Picture niya, nakaganon.
Different kinds of odonto and non-odontogenic. Tapos yung etiology, something, lahat, basta isipin niyo mo parang kay Doc Salazar or kay Doc Banigid. Oo, may etiology, treatment, itsura, gano'n. Oo, kami okay, pipi. Baka lahat ba?
Okay, may questions? Yung mga ano, may hapon.
si Sophia daw po ulit.
Ay, ikaw na. Ilan? 7?
Last thing in your area.